morning. Good morning. This is the Business Wealth Show, and this is Wealth Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. If you are tuning in, give me a hello in the comments, or if you're catching up on the replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I know that you are here. Excuse me. I hope you're well this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening if you are catching up on the replay as well. For those of you that are new to me, my name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional and financial strategist, and I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for tuning in this morning. I know for some of you it may be a little bit early, so I do appreciate that. So today, I want to speak about values, and how this came about is about me wanting to speak about this today is a conversation that I had in a group WhatsApp with some other business owners, and they were speaking about how they were looking to employ somebody, and they had Facebook stalked their profile, and in their profile picture, the person was doing something which was quite frankly illegal, but wasn't what they would have wanted to portray as their company. So this got me coming to, okay, why do we have a problem with that? And the problem comes back to the values that we hold and the values of our business itself. And so we need to be clear in our own minds what our personal top 3 values are, but also the values of our business, what our business stands for and what our business values are, and being really clear on those. Because if we start doing things outside those values, things starts feeling a bit strained for us, for our business, and things also start feeling incongruent to our audience and to our clients as well at the same time. And it can often be things that people can't quite put their finger on, but actually something just feels off. So when we are doing anything in our business, we want to make sure that actually they're in alignment both with our business's values, and typically that will also be in alignment with the values of the business owner as well. Not always, but very often. So that includes things like hiring people that are going to fit into those values, hiring people that align with the values of the business. And that includes stalking their profiles on social media to get an idea of whether they do align with your business and your values. And when it comes to that side of things, it's not just employees that we need to think about here. We also need to think about other vendors, for example, and their alignment with our values, because they are still linked to our business, and we need to make sure that things are still in alignment on that side. But it also relates to our customers and clients as well, because if their values are not aligned to ours, working together is going to be a bit challenging. It's going to start raising kind of weird feelings. It may very well end up with miscommunications around things. So ensuring that, and their values, by the way, of your clients don't need to be identical to yours, but they do need to be along the same themes. They do need to be linking together because otherwise it just leads to a more strained and difficult relationship. So when you meet a prospect, meet a customer, meet a client, through the conversation, you don't have to explicitly say what are your values, but you can ascertain that through the conversation. You can ascertain, what they believe in and what they stand for and those kinds of things through how you steer a conversation when you are doing that through your sales calls, your fitting calls, your discovery calls, whatever you call them. And you can steer that conversation so you get an idea of whether you actually would be a match. Because that's the thing, that, people call it a fitting call or a discovery call, but then they often don't see if they are a fit, or see if they, they often don't discover. They often just pitch. Whereas a fitting or discovery or a sales call needs to make sure that the relationship is going to work from both sides. It's not just them, the prospect, the potential client checking you're okay. It's you seeing that you're going to be able to work with them and they're going to fit your version of doing things and your values and your systems as well. So making sure that that works from both sides. And part of that is value alignment. Like I said, you don't need to explicitly say what are your values, but you can get an idea of those by asking certain questions and by modeling out how you do those calls. Now, I don't ever recommend that people completely script them, because you end up sounding like a robot. But the more calls you do develop your own sort of script. You do develop the way that you say things and the questions that you ask. And therefore, you can get these kind of questions into that conversation that talk about values with your clients and prospects. Same thing when you are speaking to new vendors, when you are exploring those relationships, you can ask the questions that give you an idea. And of course, the same thing when you're interviewing for employees or contractors. You can get a bit of an idea by stalking them on social media. And that's the same for across the board, actually, for customers and clients, and also for vendors as well, but also for employees. You can get that idea from stalking them online, but you can also get a view by actually asking the questions. And then with employees, you can typically be more direct and say, what are your top 3 values? There's no harm in asking that question at an interview. So making sure that you align the people you are aligning your business with your own and your business's set of values is going to make your life a lot easier, because you'll all be kind of pointing in roughly the same direction. As I say, they don't need to be mirror images, because let's face it, no two businesses are likely to have identical values, but they need to be of a similar vein in reality. They need to be kind of roughly the same type of value. Otherwise, things are going to not feel right. So how do you identify your own values or your business's values? Well, a great way to do it is to basically get a list of values. You can get these online. You can just get, a full values list, and there'll be 100 or something on there. And then just keep halving them. Just keep going down and scoring out the ones that, do a first pass, the ones that are just not you at all, you don't resonate with, the business doesn't resonate with, and then just keep halving until you get down to 3. And that might take you a few days. You might take a little while to do that. Some people do this by putting them on, those little index cards and doing it that way, or just on a paper and scoring them out. But that is a good way to understand values. You may also just kind of know your values from how you operate in the world. A lot of people will know from, previous jobs, or from just how they are and what they, stand for in their core, what their values are. But it is also important to understand the values that you have in your business as well. So the business values and your values, they're likely to be linked, but they may not be identical. So understanding what the values of your business are and doing this for your business as well as for yourself as well can be a really good use of your time and a really good exercise, because it helps you align yourself and your business, and it also helps align your business and others that interact with your business as well. So I hope that this makes sense. As I say, this was sparked by a conversation about employing people and their Facebook profile picture, and that the person was saying, we can't take them on because of this. So is something important to remember, that if you are wanting to work with people, you need to present your values. You need to present in the way that you want to be taken, and whether that is as an employee, as a customer, or as a vendor, and making sure that you are representing yourself in the way that you want to be represented. So I hope that this session of the Business Wealth Show and Wealth Wednesday has been useful for you. Whilst we are on here, I would love to invite you to participate in the Wealth Lab, building your implementable profit plan. The Wealth Lab starts on Monday, the 18th of January. And I will be live every day that week, helping and supporting you to build a profit plan in your business. What that means is mapping out what your profitability will be over the next 12 months. And yes, it can be done. And you can map out your profit, and you can get that certainty about what your profit will be. And that is exactly what I am teaching in the Wealth Lab starting the 18th of January. You do need to register for that. So please go to annetteandco.co.uk/TWL to register for the Wealth Lab. And I cannot wait to see you there. Make sure you mark it in your diaries. It is 1:30 p.m. every day that week, the week of the 18th of January. If you already have stuff in your diary for that time, there are replays that will be in the available for a few days. So you can register and then catch up, slightly later in the day if you require to do that. That's no problem at all. So please do make sure you register. It is the way to ensure that you get the profit that you want and need in the next 12 months. And I talk you through and show you exactly how to do that. It is a very practical few days where you end up with a plan, coming away with a plan. So I can't wait to help and support you with that as well. I am also back again live. When am I live tomorrow? Tomorrow I am live much later in the day, 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. So you do not need to wake up quite so early to tune in to tomorrow's session. So again, do make sure that you mark that in your diary. I would love to see you on the session again tomorrow. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you are just tuning in now, make sure you go back to the beginning and watch the whole thing, and give me a hashtag replay in the comments so that I know you are here. And I will speak to you very soon. Take care, everyone.